Today I wanted to talk about up and coming areas in the Cleveland area, and some of the areas are already established, but they continue to rise as far as demand for renters and also owner occupants and things like that. So Cleveland's divided east and west side. I've done most of my investing on the west side of Cleveland, but I tend to focus near west side, Cleveland, Tremont, Ohio City, Detroit Shoreway. So I still think any of those areas are coming around. But I think the two biggest areas that you want to keep an eye on, number one off the bat is the Metro Health area. So Clark Metro neighborhood, Pearl Road and Clark Avenue are the main thoroughfares, but Metro Health Hospital is putting about $1 billion of capital improvement into their campus with expansion and some other things, and obviously they are getting the community involved so that they are contributing to the community and also becoming more of a fabric for that community. So that's attracting higher rents and then also higher appreciation in owner-occupied homes. So similar to what happened in Tremont, speculating investors are buying beat-up old century homes and renovating them, and they're selling pretty well. Now you have to be close to Metro Health, and there's only a few, probably a half a dozen streets that you want to be on. And then there's just like any other area in Cleveland, you can go across the street in a certain area and be in a war zone. So if you aren't familiar with the Clark Metro neighborhood, there is a lot of gang and drug activity in certain parts. The further you get west in Clark Metro, so south of I-90, in some parts of north of I-90, but then you get into Detroit Shoreway neighborhood. But some of the streets directly adjacent to Metro Health are starting to develop, and hopefully that'll continue to spread, and then that'll become connected with Ohio City and Tremont, because there's a Steelyard Commons, which is a big retail development that happened probably about 15 years ago with some big box stores, Home Depot, Target, Walmart, and then that feeds all of downtown and Tremont, Ohio City, that area with retail for grocery and everything else in between. So take a look at those streets that you see, like some of the streets that I can name off the top of my head: Daisy, Library, Poe, Sackett, I believe. And then as you continue to go north on Pearl Road and West 25th Street, which I believe it turns into after Metro Health, I think the dividing line is excuse me, past Sackett and Bridge. But just know the closer you stay to the hospital campus, the better. Then take a look. I think it's a similar case study to the Cleveland Clinic effect, where all of those streets and houses and properties, both commercial and residential, adjacent to the campus, basically became gold. So it's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna happen over 10, 15, 20 year period. So it's not like you're going to be buying a property and then flipping it tomorrow. But if you do things right and you're looking to buy and hold and invest in the long term, that would be the neighborhood that I would be looking into. And then second area that's up and coming, I think, is the area right adjacent to University Circle going into East Cleveland. So that's probably going to take 20 to 30 years to develop, but we're seeing some development along the Euclid corridor past the Case Western Reserve campus area. So there's literally a train bridge that you go under. So if you go across the tracks on the other side of the tracks, then you're into East Cleveland, which most people know East Cleveland is one of the worst neighborhoods as far as crime and gang activity and all of that kind of stuff going on there. So those areas, I think, along Euclid, the Euclid Avenue in particular, you're going to have to stay on, and then as development permeates to the side streets on the residential side, again, closest to, I believe it's east, don't quote me, but I'm drawing a blank as far as, I think it's East 120th Street or something. If you look at the map of Case Western Reserve University Circle area, you want to stay closer to the campus, and then it permeates out to Superior, and then I would stick to between Superior and the campus along Euclid corridor. So again, that's going to take a long time. Another area that I really like, and I'm seeing progress, and we're actually looking at commercial real estate development projects in Asiatown. So Asiatown spans Chester, Payne, Euclid, St. Clair, Superior, from East 30th Street to East 55th. So the closer you are to East 30th Street, though, because that's adjacent to Cleveland State University's campus, then you're, and then also downtown, then I think that's where you want to be. So we're seeing starts of development in those areas, and to be honest, those are the areas that I'm focusing on. So East Cleveland adjacent to University Circle, Asiatown closer to Cleveland State University campus, and Metro Health campus. Now, I'll do another video on some of the stable, I call it bread and butter investment areas on the west side for me, which includes like Parma Heights, Brooklyn, Old Brooklyn in the South Hills neighborhood. So I'll describe those areas in another video, but just wanted to give you a taste of where you should be looking. You can give me a call, know these areas like the back of my hand. I grew up in these areas, and we can advise you on what you need to do in order to be successful in those areas. So with that, I will leave you. You can call me direct or text me 440-941-3692, or you can DM me on Instagram at Mike Mendoza 216, or DM me where you see this. This is going to be on several different platforms. Also give us your feedback on what else you want to hear from us as far anything commercial real estate related and investment real estate related. We would love to talk about it. We will see you on the next one.